Hey guys, how you doing? Alright, God, I've been slack. Everybody's been putting out some amazing videos for their gratitude for this month, and I haven't done a single one. So I thought I'd bounce on tonight and show my gratitude. And I just wanted to let you know that I am grateful for everything in my life. I love my life. I've created a really amazing place to be, and I truly am very grateful for everybody who enters my life, and I know I'm pretty blessed. I bang on all the time after training, and our gratitude's about writing things down and our whys and making ourselves accountable and all those things that we discuss regularly. I thought I might share with you something. And this is something that I haven't shared with anyone. This is something that I wrote for myself and only for myself. But as we said, this is a very safe place. And I thought this might be a benefit to some people, or even, it might help one person, then it's worth sharing it with you. And that is the reason I'm so grateful for everything that I have is I plan that. And I plan that by writing things down. And what I mean by that is I like to reverse engineer things that I do, the goals that I write. I like to work out, how do I get to those goals? And the biggest goal of all, that North Star, that one thing that we all go for is that, how do we live our life? And so I went to the end of my life, and a little while ago, a couple of years ago, I actually wrote my legacy, which is kind of bizarre to do. You're really writing your obituary, which is, confronting for a lot of people. I found it very liberating because it actually made me write down my life plan. I mean, obviously I'm going to tweak that plan every year. Every time something comes in or changes, you tweak that plan. But the bones of that plan are still there. And I thought I might read that legacy to you. It's not for anybody else but me. There's no right, there's no wrong. If this is weird for you, that's fine. You just discard it. But if it's something you've never considered, maybe it's something that might be of help, and you might think of doing something similar yourself. So this came about when I was in Peru a couple of years ago, and I was walking the Inca Trail, and I found myself out front of everybody by a couple of kilometres, just wandering through these beautiful mountains. It was just majestic, and I was listening to an amazing playlist of inspiring music, and I just went, wow, this is just exactly where I want to be right now. And while I was in that frame of mind, I couldn't help but come back to the legacy. And while I was walking for 6 or 7 hours, I mentally wrote down what that legacy should be. As soon as I got to camp that afternoon, I went down, sat down, and I wrote. And it just spewed things out, and then I started putting it together. And that's what this is, my legacy. I'm going to read it to you now. I do ask you, if you wouldn't mind, it is very private, so, keep it to ourselves, all right? It's not for sharing with anybody else, but feel free to talk to me about it. So I'll do my best to read this as fluently as possible. I'm a shocking reader. I do apologise. So I want to be remembered as the guy who enjoyed his life, always said yes to the challenges and opportunities put in front of him, and to make most of those times. I want to be a good husband, father, son and friend, to be the guy who can be relied on when I need to be relied on, and the first to say yes when invited. I want to inspire my kids and to be Lisa's best friend for life. I want to travel endlessly with no limits, and no limits to the way I live my life, looking for adventure and experiences rather than filling my life with new possessions. I want to be respected in business and successful at whatever I set my mind to. I want to make my parents proud and to make their life as good as they wish it to be. I want to forgive, like and trust rather than live my life being suspicious, sad or spiteful. I want to encourage, inspire and motivate the people that are around me and enter my life, and always strive to make other people's lives better than when I first met them. At the end of my life, whenever that time comes, I want to know that I will have many people at my funeral, who I have touched in one way or another for the positive, and they attend because they want to be there and not obligated to be there. My business should be a tool to help me obtain my goals and allow me to travel, explore and experience this world, and not tie me down into slavery where I'm working just to survive. I want and need my life to be part of my why. I misread that. I want and need my work life to be part of my why. I want to always love what I do and have fun making my living, and wish to live my life with no regrets and take risks that improve my life. I want to mend fences when they fall. I want to express my gratitude to people I love and tell family and friends my true feelings about them as often as I can. I want people in my life to know their impact on me and how blessed I am to have them in my life. So I wrote that when I was, doing my trek, and I truly and honestly believe it, and I hope that I'm close to living that legacy. I try to revisit that every few months. I keep it on my phone and I pull it out and I reread it, and it just keeps me on track. Yes, I'll tweak it. I'm sure I will. I might add things. It's not a list of goals. I think that's different. It's a different thing. I've got a list a mile long of things I want to do, mountains I want to climb, and places I want to go. They're all part of that. They're all part of the adventure side of what I like to do and how I like to live my life. But a legacy is a little bit different. It's that North Star. When you're lying in your deathbed, whenever that may come. I know it's a morbid thing to think about, but I want to have no regrets. Zero regrets. It's my biggest fear in life, is having regrets. So that legacy keeps me on track. I know if I can do everything I can do to be able to complete my goals and live my life with my family and my friends and tell them how much I love them and admire them and want to be with them. I audit that all the time and just make sure I'm on track. Anyway, I didn't want to get too deep and too emotional and too this and too that, but anyway, I thought it might be important to share. And like we keep saying, this is a safe place and we should be able to share those things. So I am grateful today for being able to share this with you, and I hope that somebody finds it a benefit, and if it does, that makes me happy. Alright guys, see you out on the track. Gratitude over.